Problem number 1, all right? Folks, if I could please get your attention here, we have x plus x. Guys, just like we did before, or maybe you've never seen this before, that's okay. When I refer to an x, I refer to 1x, okay? I'm a lazy mathematician. I don't write the 1 in, right? I just say x plus x. I don't say 1x plus 1x. The same way I say, here's a dollar, here's another dollar, right? I don't say, here's $1, here's another $1. All right, so we got to think of an x, ladies and gentlemen. When you write it all by itself, you're inferring, right? You're knowing that there's a 1 in front of it. There's 1x plus 1x. Everybody, 1x plus 1x is how many x's? 2x, good. Everybody, let's do this next problem. We're given 2x's plus 3x's is how many x's? 2 plus 3, ladies and gentlemen. Good, this can also be rewritten as 2 plus 3 times x. Well, 2 plus 3 is just 5, right? We have 5 x's. Are there any questions about how we got 5 x's? Anybody?
There's a lot of questions.
Yes, Miss Karen, what's your question?
Just how we got it in general.
Okay, remember, what is x? Somebody relate to us. What is x?
Why?
You're saying $1? Guys, what is a variable? What is x? We talked about this. X is a what? It could be an unknown or changing quantity, right? Like the number of tomatoes in a garden, or the number of tomatoes in a freighter, right? The number of tomatoes in, you name it, right? In a box of tomatoes. We don't know, okay? We let x represent that unknown or changing quantity. Karen?
Yes, Karen?
All right. Guys, let's do this next problem. Here we have 2x plus 3x plus 4x plus 5x.
That's 14x. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
How'd you get 14? I love that. Let's think about the way that we've been adding integers or consecutive integers in the past, right? We say, okay, guys, what's 2x plus 5x?
2x plus 5x is 7x.
7x. And believe it or not, folks, check this out. What's 3x plus 4x?
7.
Also 7x. Okay, what's 7 plus 7x?
That's not how I did it, but okay.
How many 7x's do we have, folks?
14.
We have 14x's, good. But my question to you was, how many groups of 7x's do we have? We have 2 of them. This is the same as 2 times 7x. And like you said, this is 14x, okay? Notice how I'm multiplying the number parts, and I'm not worrying about that variable, right? This is the same as 14x. Okay, let's try this one here. Here we have 2. No, this sign here is not x. This is a times, okay? So 2 times 2x. This is saying I have 2 groups of 2x. 2 groupings of 2x. How many x's do I have?
4x.
Why 4? Because 2 times 2 is 4. Good. We have 2 times 2 is 4. That's equal to 4x. Guys, any questions about that? 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2x is 4x. Okay, let's keep it going on. What about this notation? Instead of putting a times, Carolyn, we have a 2 and a parenthesis and then another 2x. Which operation is implied by this parenthesis? Multiplication, just like this problem here. These 2 problems are equal. They're the same problem. I have 2 groups of 2x's. This is the same as 2 times 2x. This is the same as 4x, okay? Let's keep it moving, folks. Let's keep it moving. What about this one, number 6, all right? All right. Now, ladies, the negative sign, gentlemen, the negative sign, all this represents is the opposite, okay? The opposite. Remember, folks, when we were subtracting integers, we were always flipping numbers, right? This is the same thing here. We have negative 2 times 2x. We're flipping whatever the product is between 2 and 2x. All right? We're flipping it. We're making it the opposite. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you the question. What's the opposite of 2 times 2?
4.
What's the opposite of 4? Negative 4, right? So if we're looking at this problem here, you're thinking about what number is the opposite of 2 times 2 times x, right? And so that answer is, okay, that's the opposite of 2 times 2, right? 2 times 2 times x. Well, we know 2 times 2 is 4. The opposite of that is negative 4. Okay, whenever you see a negative sign, folks, that's just saying take the opposite. Okay? Now we're getting a little bit more tricky, folks. I have to apologize. Pay no mind to that parenthetical term right there. We only have 2 parentheses here. Folks, what do we do when we have 2 groupings of 2x plus 2? Think about it this way. I have the 2x, let the 2x represent 2 gardens of tomatoes, and the 2 right here is 2 tomatoes. What happens when I double that? What I'm taking is I'm doubling the number of gardens and I'm doubling the number of tomatoes. For what? So in truth, what we're doing is we're multiplying 2 times 2x, and then we're also multiplying 2 times 2. Right, Alyssa? Folks, what's 2 times 2x? 4x. We already did that problem up here, right? 2 times 2x is 4x, so we get 4x. But what is 2 times 2? 4. We have to add that along, okay? This is saying, and this should make sense. If we have 2 gardens and 2 tomatoes and we double it, now we have 4 gardens and 4 tomatoes. Okay? There's no 8, ladies and gentlemen. No 8. There is no 8. I have to say this time and time again. 4x plus 4. Hey. 4x plus 4. Guys, does 4x plus 4 simplify to 8x? Does 4x plus 4 equal 8x?
Yes. No.
We're getting yeses and we're getting nos. Let's hear Karen. Why does 4x plus 4 equal 8x? But what I'm saying is, if I have 4 gardens and 4 tomatoes, how many tomatoes do I have? I have 4 gardens and 4 tomatoes. I have 8 what? 8 tomatoes? I have 4 gardens and 4 tomatoes. Together I have 4 gardens and 4 tomatoes. That's it. That's as simple as it gets, okay? The same way, x's cannot be combined with the unit, right? That 4 right there, this 4 right here, cannot be combined with the 4x, okay? So this is as simple as it gets. Let's try this one. What's the opposite of 2 times 2? Teresa, what's the opposite of 2 times 2? Interesting. The inverse operation. My question to you is, what's 2 times 2? And then take the opposite. What's the opposite of positive 4? Negative 4. Good. So negative 2 right here. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Okay? Alyssa, what's the opposite? This is really interesting. What's the opposite of 2 times negative 2x? Alyssa? The opposite of 2 times negative 2x. So Alyssa, what's 2 times negative 2? 2 times 2 is 4. What's the opposite of 2 times negative 2? Oh, you already said it. Positive 4, is that what you said? Okay, positive 4. In other words, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. But what is negative 2 times negative 2x? Remember, x is just some quantity. So it could be gardens. It could be the number of tomatoes in a garden. It could be the number of tomatoes in a freighter. Negative 2 times negative 2x. Here, let's go back here. Alyssa, what is negative 2 times 2x? Negative 4, right? A negative times a positive is a negative? Okay. Here we have a negative times a negative gives us a positive, like you said. But we got to bring along the x. So negative 2 times negative 2x would give us what? Good job. Positive 4x. All right, folks. Thank you so much. We have a little bit of practice tomorrow. There's going to be a little quiz tomorrow. Guys, multiplying integers. What else were we working on? Subtracting integers? At this point?
Yeah. Because that needs dust it up.